Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on Sasha, the Princess of Darkness horror movie reviews. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself since this is the first episode. Horror has always been in my blood as far as I care to remember. My mother stayed up late with me as a child to watch episodes of Elvira while we devoured late-night delivery pizza. On weekends, I would sneak out of my room at dusk to catch the latest low-budget gore fest at the local grindhouse or drive-in. Sundays were all about scouring the local print TV ads for any and all monster flicks lurking on the tube in the depths of the night or in the wee hours of pre-dawn light. Tuesdays I would hit up the local video rental store after school to browse the new releases and gawk at what big box frights awaited me the next evening. Was this learned behavior? A classic case of nature versus nurture? I don't know. No, even without late-night bad movies with my mom, I was always drawn to the darkness. My love for all things horrifying was genetically ingrained, and having thrived during the final death throes of the late-night horror hosts, perhaps that's why I've come to take up the mantle of Sasha, the Princess of Darkness, your hostess with the mostess, and a little bit extra. Now tonight, we're going to talk about a little piece that I love to death, called Humanoids from the Deep. Here's a trailer.
Humanoids from the Deep. A tidal wave of rampaging creatures surges from the dark and violent sea to conquer the Earth.
Maybe intelligent enough to perceive man as a competitor.
Why the girls?
It's my theory that these creatures are driven to mate with man now, in order to further develop their incredible evolution.
It's enough to scare the hell out of me.
Soon the world will awake to a terrifying riptide of humanoids from the deep.
We think we know where these things come from, but we have no idea how many there are.
The Earth plunges into a battle for the survival of the fittest, where man is the endangered species, and woman the ultimate prize. Anywhere you run, any place you hide, anytime you stop, they will find you. Doug McClure, Anta Kell, Vic Morrow. Humanoids from the Deep.
This 1980 cult film, directed by Barbara Peters and starring Doug McClure, Ann Turkel, and Vic Morrow, tells a tale of genetic experiments gone awry to increase salmon populations, but instead produce half fish, half men, all horny humanoids, which terrorize the sleepy fishing village, killing the men and raping the women, which is why I lovingly call this movie Fishmen Wanna Fuck. As you can see from the trailer, it's currently available via our friends at Shout Factory. You can get this both on Blu-ray and DVD. I recommend the Blu-ray, but if you can find it, it's available on a 4-pack via the Movies For You label, horror classics. It includes basically Up From the Depths, Piranha, Demon of Paradise. Great package if you can find it. Most major retailers do carry it, so definitely worth checking out. And it, of course, is also by Shout Factory, who release wonderful titles. So, again, big plug for Shout. Check it out. But we'll get to all those other films soon enough, because trust me, they're all Corman classics, and they're all on my hit list. But this movie, Humanoids, it's certainly worth checking out with all the mutants, 80s style TNA, and of course, explosions. Is it a perfect film, though? Sure, it was one of the first films ever to deal with genetic mutation. But perfect? Well, no, but only for those with the right benefit appeal. Anyhow, you'll get a laugh at the low-budget special effects. You know, it'll bring back fond memories of drive-in and grindhouse days. I particularly enjoy the token Native American Johnny Eagle, who keeps bringing up his tribe throughout the movie, but we never see them. We only see him representing his culture and his tribe. There's even a meeting at some point where basically you only get to hear from outside the building, and it sounds like Johnny Eagle's doing all the voices of his tribe. It's kind of sad, but kind of funny. Oh, and it gets better. There's lever action rifles that cock and shoot like shotguns, cars that crash and just suddenly explode for no mechanical reason, and Molotovs that basically blow up like they're nuclear explosions. And the end? Oh, spoiler alert, but the Alien ripoff ending has to be seen to believe. It's that good. So definitely worth checking out. But is it bad? Not in this gal's book. Sure, it was lambasted by critics at the time, but what drive-in fare wasn't? I mean, seriously. They said the movie was misogynistic and sexist. And as I said before, directed by a woman, Barbara Peters. But I don't listen to the critics. And neither did the studio, apparently. There was a sequel that was planned and set to be released in '91 by 21st Century Film Corporation, but for reasons unknown, it never happened. And if anybody's got a script out there, I'd love to see it and just see what was done. But, sadly, sad really, because this movie is great for what it is. It's one of my top 10 favorites, so check it out. And please, tune in again soon for another of your hostess with the mostest, just a little bit extra. Sasha, the Princess of Darkness, and my movie reviews. Till then, darlings, unpleasant screams.